That was a long one. That was a long one. Hello, hello, hello. What's up this afternoon, everyone? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Fine Monday to you all. Good to see you, good to see you, good to see ya. What is up, everyone? Neo Judge, Alco is the Jolly Flying Man, Lord Boys, Elf, King Shark, BG Stilts, Lord Boys. We have a new sub, Jesse Doyle for the 16th month. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, what's up, McIntyre? Good to see ya. Oh, so how was everyone's weekend? Hopefully everyone is doing spectacularly today. The time has come. People have been asking me, when are we going to Soulherder? When are we going to Soulherder? When are we going to Soulherder? The answer is today. We got Soulherder decks for days. We have the 75 card one that's Bant. We have straight blue-white. We have a 80 card Bant one. We have an Esper one. So we're going to be herding some souls in Historic today, which I'm pretty hyped about. Variant for the 53rd month in Silverfist. First time sub, welcome you both to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, Historic has been really fun since Historic Horizons came out. I don't know about the rise of Tybalt's Trickery. Oh, that deck drives me insane, but it has been pretty fun. I've been enjoying it. Are we going to talk about Mero's new Innistrad cards clues? We are. That is going to be what we start with before we start playing Magic. So yeah, that is on my list. That was the news of the day. Every set, Mark Rosewater puts out hints about the new upcoming set, and every set we go over him and talk about him and try to figure out what he's talking about. He's pretty tricky sometimes. He doesn't lie, but he's a little bit deceptive sometimes. So I figured before we actually jump into our soul herding, we might as well talk about these real quick. There's not a ton of them. Some are pretty interesting. Perhaps with our brains all mashed together, we can figure out some of these cards that he's talking about. Hey, what's up, Great Destroyer? How are you? But before we do that, we're gonna do quick reminders. Then we're going to talk about the teasers, and then souls will be herded. So, reminders, replay YouTube, this week, vital old streams, including this one in the future, normal YouTube, sweet budget magic today. Also, multiple sweet videos lately. Yesterday, we did some harmonic shamaning in Historic, and the deck is insane. Today, we are playing 12 whack for budget magic. The whacks are back, and better than ever after getting crushed by Battlecry Goblin in Standard 2022 a bunch of times. It made me think, maybe this card actually is good enough for Modern. So 12 whacks with Battlecry Goblin, and the deck's actually pretty sweet. So if you haven't seen it on the YouTube, you should definitely check it out. Definitely a sweet budget magic for Modern. Only like 75 bucks too. A reminder that our sponsor today is Card Kingdom, and if you need some magical cards, you can get it from cardkingdom.com. Even get a free MTG Goldfish sticker. Let them know you want one. They'll hook you up. They're super cool like that. So thank you to Card Kingdom for supporting the show. Otherwise, merch page, clean out Richard's Garage. We got a Discord if you want to check it out. It's pretty cool. And donations, always appreciated, never required. $2 support gets your message right on stream. So let's talk about these hints. So, Innistrad Midnight Hunt spoilers start on Thursday. We are 72 hours away from new spoilers. The set is already looking insane. So Mark Rosewater, every set, he posts this little teaser with these hints. How accurate they are, it's up for interpretation. He doesn't directly lie, but he will be sneaky and try to trick people. So I figured we should probably talk about him. Dirty Dad says, handing out the gift slip to Andre. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Question, can I watch this whole herder stream if I ate black liquor and drank gin, proving I have no soul? I think you could still watch. I think that's within the rules. You can't see it because of chat. All right, let me see if I can move this in a way where you can see it. All right, so here's, oh, it's not gonna work, is it? That's even, well, I guess you can kind of see it. So, all right, let me see if I can make this a little bigger. All right, so here are the hints. These are for Innistrad Midnight Hunt. Spoilers starting Thursday. So here are some of the hits. Number one, 2 popular mechanics previously seen on Innistrad Return. I don't think this one's actually like very complicated. We know Flashback's coming back, so that's one of 2. We know curses are coming back. Is that a mechanic? Is curse a mechanic? Maybe? Like, I'm not 100% sure. I'm actually curious if Transform's coming back. I'm actually... Okay, he errated it. It's 3 including Transform. So there's Transform. There is Flashback. And then there's one more. Is curses a mechanic? It could be Delirium. I kind of doubt it, but Delirium might be alright. Is Morbid popular? I would say medium popularity. Emerge. Investigate is pretty popular. I could see Investigate. Does Curses count? I'm actually curious because I was trying to research this. and I was typing, I was looking up the various mechanics. On Wizards' mechanics article, they list curses in their mechanics article. If they count, because we know curses are coming, so if they count as a mechanic, then I think it's curses. Otherwise, it could be anything. How do you donate? The donation, exclamation point donate, will take you where you need to go. Next up, a new drawback for creature tokens that lets us create them cheaper. That's pretty intriguing. How do you make a drawback on creature tokens that lets you make the tokens cheaper? I'm thinking, could it be like, if you don't have a token? Like, if you don't control a token, it creates a token. Otherwise, it doesn't do anything. They go away at the end of turn. Temporary tokens, perhaps. Something like that. Fading tokens. Yep. They go away at the end of turn. Fade away after some amount of time. So, something new with tokens. A white card that could potentially, you draw a card each turn. Okay, whatever. They do some version of this every set now. A popular Innistrad card gets a reprint. This is a big one, because there are some expensive Innistrad cards. We'll see how far they go. I mean, if we just look at this set. Let me see if I can pull up the set real quick here. So if we look at the Innistrad set, where are you, Innistrad? If we look at the Innistrad set, a popular Innistrad card gets a reprint. Well, popular and in need of a reprint, but Liliana seems unlikely because I don't think it fits lore-wise. Snapcaster, that would probably be the best, although... Is it too powerful? Is it too busted for standard? Maybe. The easy pick and the likely pick and the definitely safer standard pick is Parallel Lives. Does that count as popular? It's like kind of popular. It's not iconic like Snapcaster or Liliana. I'm going to go with Parallel Lives. That would be my pick, would be Parallel Lives. I think there's a chance at Snapcaster. I think there's like kind of no chance at Liliana. Unbear Rights, Stony Silence are still popular. That's true. It could be Ancient Grudge or something like that, and Marrow just got us. But out of the high-end stuff, I think Parallel Lives is the most likely. Next up, a curse that transforms into a creature. So curses returning, that should be fun. 2 permanents that can double something every turn. Tokens? Some sort of every turn token doubler, perhaps. We have a new donation from our Mempha $3 donation. Hey Seth, first time seeing the stream. I just wanted to say that since the release of MH2, I've been seeing your content and it makes me really hooked to play Modern. I saw the prices and decided to just see your videos. Haha, they're really fun. Oh, well, I appreciate the donation, RM. I think that is the problem with Modern. It is really fun and I love Modern, but oh man, is it prohibitively expensive. So I do not blame you for not picking up, even though it is a really fun format. Another donation, I am Mills, $5 donation. Hey Seth, so during the Rise of Eldrazi standard, I got a top 8 playing Naya allies, it states. I was wondering if there are any tournaments you miss, because I for sure miss states and nationals. Thanks. That's a really good question. So I have never been a big paper tournament player. I really haven't. The biggest thing I miss, honestly, are some of the big, like, GP style events. I miss, like, GP Vegas. I miss the big events where you get to go hang out with everyone, get to meet all of you. Like, those are the events I enjoy. So I've never really played paper tournaments seriously, but definitely, like, GP Vegas, things like that are, I can't wait for those to come back. Thank you so much for the donation. Next up, a 4-mana blue aura with you control enchanted creature. All right, mind control. Some version of mind control. I guess that's interesting, although that's something that's been in Magic for a long time. I guess literal 4-mana blue aura would be what? Control Magic, the first one. Can we have Control Magic in Standard now? Probably. Like, I don't know why they couldn't print Control Magic in Standard. It doesn't say it's a reprint, though, so maybe it's some sort of weird, like, twist, extra text on there. A popular tournament card in multiple formats gets reprinted with its 5th art. This one sounds exciting. When you hear popular tournament card, it sounds exciting. However, My guess is it's actually like a random common or uncommon. Apparently, people have been trying to figure this out. Like Faithless Looting, I think would have 5 arts. Ancient Grudge, I think has 5 arts. So my guess is it's something. It's something like that. Oh, I skipped one. Oh, a Mythic Cycle with you may pay cost any number of times. So some sort of weird like multi-kicker. Probably going to be powerful. Multi-kicker type abilities, things you can do extra times if you have extra mana, are usually powerful, and they're mythics. Who knows? Maybe it's a different kind of cost. It could be a non-mana cost, I guess. Hey, what's up, T-Bunker? How are you? A popular tournament card. So what do you think the popular tournament card? Do you think there's any chance it's something like... I mean, I guess it doesn't specifically say Innistrad. So I guess it could potentially be from any set, and they're just putting it in Innistrad, but... Mythic Cycle, that is true. They tend to be. A character from Innistrad once mentioned in a short story finally gets a card in an Innistrad set. No idea. I have not read the Magic short stories. No clue what that could be or what it will do. Some text that'll show up on cards. If your life total would be reduced to 0 or less, you win the game. That would be pretty powerful. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each creature you attack with this turn. As it enters the battlefield, note your life total. Put a slime counter on up to 1 other target creature. Slime counters, are slime counters new? I feel like we've had slime counters before. Creature tokens you control lose all abilities and have base power and toughness of 3/3. Probably some sort of, could it be an anthem? Some sort of token anthem. Each instant or sorcery card in your graveyard has gotta be Flashback, right? We know Flashback's coming back. We know that Flashback would work really well with this. It's like Past in Flames. But then it's just Past in Flames. Would they just reprint Past in Flames? Davriel's from the novella, not short story. Hey, welcome, Nalakilla. Good to see you, Timberwolf. Well, it's got to be Flashback. Welcome to the Visual. Thank you for your subscription. Big super here for you. Instants and sorcery spells you cast cost X less to cast, where X is card name's power. Probably some sort of busted legendary creature, I would assume, for a commander. Put that many +1/+1 counters on card name, then create twice that many 2/2 black zombie creature tokens. At the beginning of your end step, if you have exactly 13 life, gotta be you in the game. It's gotta be. What else can it be? It's gotta be the first against odds card from the new Innistrad. You may cast any number of copies without paying their mana cost. You may cast any number of copies without paying their mana cost. And then creature types: Hippogriff Spirit, Human Soldier Werewolf, Dragon Egg, Leech Horror, Fungus Horror, Plant Horror, Drake Horror, Demon Dog, Ooze, and Vampire Noble. Stream coming on Thursday, noon Eastern time, so we'll find out then, but I'm super hyped. Isn't Triskaidekaphobia on your upkeep, though? Triskaidekaphobia triggers on upkeep. Winter Melant for the 11th month. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. There is Triskaidekaphile, but it doesn't say. Didn't that say the? Oh wait, let me read that clue again. Am I totally just misunderstanding what that? Let me read that one more time, and then we'll talk about the deck. I promise. We're gonna play Magic. At the beginning of your end step, if you have exactly 13 life, I believe Triskaidekaphile says at the beginning of your upkeep. So Triskaidekaphile, at the beginning of your upkeep, if you have 13 cards, you win the game. Triskaidekaphobia is also upkeep, I believe, at the beginning of your upkeep. So this has something to do with 13 on the end step. So I mean, maybe it's not a win the game card because they did print Triskaidekaphile, but I don't know. We could have multiple win the game cards. Anyway, what are we playing today? We can talk about Innistrad more as we go along. We are Soulherding, one of the most exciting new cards to come to Historic and Historic Horizons. Soulherder, just blink something every single turn, which lends itself towards Panharmonicon style enter the battlefield deck. So we're starting with the simplest, easiest Soulherder deck. Ban Soulherder, collect a company, cheap and efficient, using Soulherder to blink card draw, to blink stuff, to blink life gain, to blink spellbinders for disruption, to blink removal spells, and that's basically the plan of the deck. Grinding out enter the battlefield value. Along with Soulherder, we have Resto and also a Ephemerate for even more blink value, and that's basically the plan, just kind of grinding out slow value. However, that's not all. We're going to start with that one, but I got a bunch of Soulherder decks. I got 3 different Yarion Soulherder decks with Panharmonicon. We have Bant there as well. 80 card Bant with Panharmonicons and Crater Hooves and Risen Reefs and Lannis's. Just pile of goodness. We have straight blue-white. Blue-white has the best mana. We have Esper. Esper offers some interesting things because we get cards like Gonti, which is awesome to Blake. We get Hostage Takers. We get Noxious Gearhulks. So we're gonna do some hurting of souls. Some hurting of souls will happen, but we're gonna start with 75 cards, and then we'll move on to the Yarion versions. Everyone, he didn't add actual Panharmonicon. It's a fake stuff. It's in most of them, I promise. I promise. I promise. This is the only one that doesn't have it. Once we get to Yarion, then we got room for everything. So how's everyone's weekends? Anyone do anything cool? Oh, Bear, the future puppy, the upcoming future puppy, went and got his first shots. Mr. Fakos for the 30th month. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So Bear went and got his first shots and got weighed and all that puppy stuff. He's a fatty. He's apparently, it was a couple of days before he turned 8 weeks. And he weighed 2 pounds more than the maximum weight for a puppy his age. So yeah, he's a big boy. Did you find this out what the puppies' names are? Yeah, Bear. The male is Bear, and I think it's a good name for him because he's massive. And then the female is Nico, after Velvet Underground and Nico. He's so cute though. I can't wait until this is over, because he's gonna be my streaming puppy. I swear, he's just gonna sit and stream with me. He's very chill. He's got a good personality. So I think Bear's just gonna hang out and chill and stream with us. He's gonna be a little streaming dog. Fidgets for the 23rd month. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, get rid of the chieftain. So opponent's playing goblins, which is a bit scary just because we don't really have a good answer to Muxus. Like, we can do a lot of value-y stuff, but how do we stop from getting muxed? A puppy cam would be sweet. I mean, after Nico Eris too. I mean, there's multiple Nikos. I was mostly thinking Velvet Underground, but Nico Eris is another good reason. Could copy gabbing some puppy point rewards in a puppy cam. So what is a puppy cam? Is it an actual like camera that is just like down at ground level for the puppy? It is a little Rottweiler puppy, which is kind of funny because I knew I wanted to get a dog when I was moving in. When I was moving, getting a house, I knew the first thing I wanted to do is get a dog. I wasn't really looking for a Rottweiler puppy by any means, but it just kind of worked out that someone I knew had puppies, and they had one left that they needed a home for, so it just kind of worked out that the timing and everything lined up. Muxus, a Hearthstone card from before we became Hearthstoric. It really is. It's one of the originals. Ooh, Battlecry Goblin. All right. Opponent's going off. Maybe this is like, could this be non-Muxus goblins? Is that possible? Ooh, can we get a blowout? Opponent attacks. Oh, this is gonna be pretty good. So block, Ephemerate, Skyclave. Oh, the blowouts. Blanket. You get a token. We grow our Soulherder. So many synergies. We get rid of their War Chief. We gain life. Ooh, that was a good turn. Untap. Ephemerate. Blink. Skyclave. Give you a token. We are the Goblin Assassins. Snoop out. Soulherder's so good. It's so good. Ugh, more lands are not as good. I don't go to combat. Attack you. Opponent takes it. Down to 30. Come on. No Muxuses, please. Blink the Innkeeper. It's up to a 7/7. Yeah, opponent's Illusion Tribal now. Did y'all see the Shaman deck? If you haven't watched the Shaman deck on the YouTube, oh my goodness. That deck is so sweet. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. I don't know if all the sweet synergies in the world can save us from Muxus. That is the issue. At least not a good Muxus. Maybe our opponent has a bad Muxus, but if our opponent has a good Muxus, we just... Oh. Oh, so they have Muxus in hand, but need the mana? Alright. Alright. Come on! Something... I wish we had a Panharmonicon. That's what we're missing, a Panharmonicon. Wall of Blossoms, draw a card. Opponent. Well, Prosperous Innkeeper. Draw a card. Huh. Oh, is it worth attacking? If we attack, we might have to spend our Ephemerate. The Mike Arnold for the 57th month. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. Why do you have Fairy Seer in the ninja list? I think Fairy Seer is good in ninjas. You want evasive 1-drops, and it scries to find your ninjas. So I actually like it quite a bit. Yeah, alright, let's stay on D. Tap land. We have so much mana from these treasures, so I'll blink the wall, draw a card. Oh, I don't want to lose Soulherder, though. Soulherder is, like, our engine at the moment. Spellbinder would have been nice a turn ago. Well, alright. Muxus away. Come on, bad Muxus, please. Muxus. Historic. Living up to its name. Opponent spitting into... Okay, no haste. Okay, that's good. No haste is good. That means we're not just dead. We can answer the Cranko. That's a lot of goblins. Opponent. Wondering why they don't have haste. Oh, they have another Muxus? They have another Muxus. They're thinking about sacking their board to play another Muxus, I think. Oh, they're ridiculously scary if they get haste. I mean, it's pretty scary anyway. Opponent just put a lot of bodies on the battlefield. I like Scoot Swarm. I don't know why people don't like Scoot Swarm. How long till Vesperlark is banned? I've been stuck in a pointless, endless combo several times. Wow, they really are going with another one. Huh. 2 Muxuses. Opponent's full on Hearthstone mode. Alright. Not super happy about this, but I think we gotta hit the Cranko. Gain some life, grow Soulherder. Get rid of the Cranko. Whiff. 2 Snoops and a Prospector. Alright, still no haste. We're staying alive. I mean, is the Vesperlark combo a bad thing? Yeah, opponent not getting haste is helping. That is keeping us alive-ish. Now blink the wall. His Soulherder's getting huge. Doesn't it look like Soulherder should fly? Just like looking at the art. It's up in the air. It looks like it has wings. I feel like it should fly. Ooh, another Ephemerate's not bad. Another Innkeeper. Well, Innkeeper. make a million I wish this deck had something more to do with the mana. Vesperlar combo is bad because Arena can't handle it based on how it is built. It just breaks the game. I mean, it doesn't make you time out, does it? Catch deck, welcome to the fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup over here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, Spellbinder. Battlecry Goblin, eh? Well, I guess we'll make that more expensive. So, how do we beat a Muxus? I feel like we don't win by not attacking, but I feel like we can't attack. Sproll Ferret, welcome to the fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup tier for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Ooh, Wolfcar Extra Combats. That sounds sweet, Doug. How can we win this game? Honestly, I think that Tybalt's Trickery being a thing is more annoying than the Vesperlar combo. I don't like the draw the game aspect of Vesperlar combo. 3, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Now let's attack. I think this is fine. If our opponent throws their entire board in front of... Okay. Oh, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10... Wow, alright. Well, this works. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Ephemerate Skyclave. Get some triggers. Get the Snoop. I don't think our opponent's going to sack it. Okay, good. All right, if they did sack it, that could have been bad. Soulherder takes down half the board. Flings a wall of blossoms. Hey, what's up, Buster CC? If our opponent had sacked the thing we were trying to exile with Skyclave, they could have killed the Soulherder. Ooh, another one. Another one. About it. Haste. Chieftain. I mean, I guess we're at 39. Being at 39 now definitely helps. Easy trickery fix. Errata to say target spell you don't control. I think trickery is obnoxious. Just the play pattern's obnoxious anyway. But the cascade into trickery, that is the worst part. It just makes it a lot more consistent and repeatable. I played against and with Vesperlar combo. My opinion, it is not consistent enough to be bad. What do you think? I mean, the 3-card win the game combo I think is fine. The part that I dislike is the 2-card. Okay, we finally hit some good cards. The part I dislike is the 2-card draw the game combo. That's the part that I think is potentially a little awkward. I mean, maybe it's a Cascade thing. Maybe the real problem is Cascade. I could see an argument for that. Oh, Blood Moon in Standard. I just want to see the reaction. I know it'd be a horrible thing, but I want to see an opponent. Whoa. 2 Muxuses. 2 Muxuses and Soulherder survives. Unfortunately. Alright, Yasharn, I guess? We don't actually have much that stops Muxus, like at all. Declaration in Stone, maybe? How come no Thragtusk in the bat list? There's some Thragtusk in some of the other versions. So this one, there's two things going on. There's less room because it's not a Yarion list. So that just gives us less total slots to work with. The other thing is it's also a collected company deck. And that makes it especially hard to play things that cost more than 3. I still like a one of Finale of Devastation so we can run people over late game. Craterhoof? Craterhoof would be sweet. Oh, yeah, I can't keep that. Well, go Soulherder. Save us, Soulherder. Tablet, go. So what have y'all been playing in? There's no path or anything even especially close. White's removal is really bad in Historic. Declaration in Stone that's literally the path or the swords of the format. All right, opponents. Kessel Embereth. Wily Goblin. Ramping towards the Muxus. Battlecry Goblin. Yeah. A whack. Strikeout Rich is nuts for Song of Creation. Yeah, we actually played some Song of Creation in Modern, and it is really good. Well, blink the wall. Draw a card, grow the Soulherder. Pass the turn. To be fair, you can conjure Swords to Plowshares with the blue spellbook. Has anyone played the blue spellbook? That's one of the new cards I haven't played even once. I know Crim loves it. Opponent treasures, haste. Oh, I think we gotta catch. Oh, sorry, Soulherder. We gotta kill the Battlecry though, or it's just gonna kill us. Land Yasharn. Get our last lands. This stops our opponent from sacking the treasure, so they can't Muxus now at least. Opponent. Trying to cast. Oh no, Krakow! Alright. Alright, it doesn't have haste. Oh, that's a Skyclave. Alright, Skyclave. Get rid of the crank. We are hanging on the edge. We are right on the edge of this entire game. I feel like we're about to die at like any second. Opponent, land. Is this card a Muxus? There's one unknown. Ah! That card is. That's a Muxus. That's definitely a Muxus. Oh, okay. Opponent, tap land. Battlecry Goblin. Haste up the goblins, goes combat. Attacks with everything. Makes a goblin. We are dying. Block there. Block there. I mean, our opponent hasn't even Muxused and we're dying. Yeah, it shuts down the ramp, but our opponent still has enough mana just to cast the Muxus now, which is less than ideal. Innkeeper. Land. All right. Bad Muxus. Bad Muxus. Please. Land. Bad Muxus? If it's a good Muxus, we're super dead. Oh, we're playing Hearthstoric, the new Hearthstoric format, a new addition to Magic Arena. That was a bad Muxus. It's like Historic, but with Hearthstone cards. You like the Bugnish? Yeah, I'm a fan of the Ween. Ooh. Ooh. Do we even want Skyclave? Innkeeper Soulherder. Gain some life. Chomp. Oh, opponent's not had good Muxuses at all. Opponent Pat. Oh, Resto. Resto too. Ha. So, 1, 2. Wall of Blossoms. Gain some life. Up to 11. Innkeeper. Gain more life. Militia Bugler. Gain more life. Get a Charming Prince. Pass the turn. Blink a Wall of Blossoms. What a ridiculous game. Who's your favorite MTG artist? My favorite is Seb McKinnon. I'm trying to put together a full foil set of his work. Seb is probably my favorite current Magic artist. Seb's art is so good. Alright. Here comes the Haste Lord. Opponent decks with everything, grows Muxus. So. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Alright. Block. 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 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13, 14, 15. It's a lot of damage. That is a lot of damage. Alright. Lots of blocking. John Avon has some really amazing... There's some really good older artists, too. We drop to 8. A bunch of stuff dies. Innkeeper. This does turn on our treasures, which helps. Innkeeper. Galactic Company. Soulherder. Militia Bugler. Gain some life, make a treasure. Get a Skyclave. Charming Prince. Gain 3. Land untapped. Blink Bugler. I can't believe we're staying in this game. Wait, how did I punt? We played some Affinity at our first stream. We played a bunch of different decks on our preview stream for Historic. We didn't play a ton of Affinity. It can do some pretty powerful stuff, though. Lustfilled Jeans, happy Monday to you. How are you today, Seth? How does this wonderful Blink deck feel? I mean, we've survived 3 Muxuses, so I guess pretty good. I can't believe we're still hanging around in this game, honestly. Opponent. Den of the Bugbear. Goes to combat. Attacks with everything. Presto. Playing Charming Prince. The deck can grind. The deck can grind. My original 4-color Shadow list, I ran a small energy package with Ether Hub. Longtail Stalker, Glintleaf Siphoner, just to fix a mana. Problem is, I had, was Kavu hates Ether Hub. Yeah, I haven't really tried to make Kavu work yet. I think Resto eating something is more valuable than... Oh, get rid of those. I think Resto blinking something, or eating something, is more valuable than blinking and saving something. Because now we get to eat the Den of the Bugbear. We get to eat a Goblin token. A goblin token. A goblin token. And block Muxus? About it. Yeah. Pumps. A bunch of stuff dies. Skyclave Cleric. Skyclave Apparition. Get rid of the Wily Goblin. And now we're going aggro. We are surviving Muxuses like crazy. That doesn't happen. You don't survive Muxuses. Unless you're Soulherder, apparently. Oh, Blanket. I miss the entire punt thing that people are talking... Oh, bad Militia Bugler. I miss the punt thing that people are talking about. Do you think the Vesperlark combo will be better in more of a aristocrat list with Coco? We might be seeing some Vesperlark in the future. I think that Coco has some... I think there's a couple different ways to potentially build it. Opponent goes to combat. Gonna go attacking. Maybe. I guess our opponents ran pretty awkwardly. Bugler. I think only rats make that sound. Literal buglers. It's just not the same. Probably should though. The punt chat is talking about is when you were in 5th grade and decided to drink some. Oh, I would never decide to drink cranberry juice. What's the best and worst juices? Give me your hot take, chat. Best and worst juices. I actually like juice. I actually have an opinion on juices. This is not a fluid on cereal situation where I'm just going to tell you you're wrong. Apple juice? I had too much apple juice when I was a kid, and now I don't really like apple juice very much. Grapefruit is lowest tier. That is F tier. Pineapple, medium. Orange juice is S tier for me. I really like orange juice. We have a new donation from Ghostly Taku, $5 donation. Hey Seth, I just want to donate to the best MTG streamer. Keep spreading the love and Jake to everyone. Well, I appreciate it, Ghostly. I appreciate the donation and the kind words. Thank you. Mango Juice top tier cantrips. Welcome back to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you. Grape juice. So grape juice. If you grew up in a religious family, it might ruin grape juice for you. If you're like Catholic or Christian. So I grew up in a pretty Christian family, and grape juice is like associated with communion for me. So I don't really drink grape juice. I think that having to go to church when I was a kid, and having grape juice be the communion, I think that kind of just ruined it for me. Wait, you can juice a pumpkin? I didn't know that pumpkin juice was a thing either. I guess we can take it. Sure, you got us, opponent. We'll take the 5. Stevie Black, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. First time sub, big super cheer for you. Pulp or no pulp? So I used to be firmly in the no pulp. It wasn't wine? No, well, I think maybe, I don't know, maybe it was the denomination or whatever that we were, but drinking alcohol was forbidden, of course. So, you're going to have actual wine. They put you in this kind of a paradox. Do you drink actual wine for communion, but then if you drink wine, then you're drinking, and that'd be a sin, so then everyone's heads explode like an arena avatar. But no, we just did it was just grape juice. I used to be very anti-pulp, although I have come around on the pulpage. Now I kind of like pulp. Not super heavy pulp, like a medium amount of pulp is enjoyable. But yeah, I used to be very against pulp. Down to 3. Opponent gets a token. Sure. we will play Soulherder 2, and we're gonna survive two. We're gonna survive 2 Muxuses and win this game. 3 Muxuses in this match. That does not happen very often. Yeah, maybe, I wonder, so my dad was Catholic, so when I was very young, I went to Catholic church a few times, but most of my upbringing was more evangelical, probably, I guess, non-denominational. And that was definitely a juice situation about it. I remember as a kid kind of looking forward to it because it was a snack, though. Like, that was kind of the bonus. Resto. 3 power in the air. And opponent done! Done! Oh, V8 tomato juice is the worst. Oh. I don't even have any communion story for that. I just absolutely hate I absolutely hate tomato juice. Vegetables should not be juiced. Fruits are delicious and made to be juiced. I think that's probably like their purpose. Vegetables though, oh no. Is there any good vegetable juice? I can't think of a vegetable juice that I've ever liked. Isn't tomato a fruit? If it is, then it's the scientists who are wrong. Do I like cider? Yeah, it's okay. Carrot juice is pretty gross. Personally, I can't think of any sort of vegetable juice that I like. What about Blade Splicer and Cocoa Bant Blinky Shenanigans? I think that Blade Splicer, I can't remember if there's still copies in some of the other builds. There was at one point. It's close. It's super close. Tomatoes, I do like tomato sauce. I mean, on things, but we have a new donation. Hey, what's up, Doug? $5 donation from Dan Wildfire. V8 is more than just tomato flavor. The one I drink is peach mango. All right, so maybe I just haven't drank the right V8s. Like peach mango, that actually sounds kind of good. I could get behind that. The tomato one, oh. Just thinking about it right now is making my muscles tense up. Is ketchup a smoothie? It is smooth. Yes, I guess. Are you going to play Ephemeramentals with Vesperlark? Ooh. Do we have enough elementals to make it work? We're missing all, I think we got a bug. We're missing all the evoke elementals that we have in Modern. We still have Risen Reef, though. Could probably make a historic version of it. We are missing Omnath being unbanned. Yeah, that is one of the big ones, too. So, all right, chat. Some of you probably know more about puppies than me. Love from Portugal, first time sub. Well, love from upstate New York. Good to have you. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Big super cheer for you. Y'all know more about... They actually added Muldrifter. Muldrifter shows up 10% of the time in one specific Jumpstart Historic Horizons pack. So it's very unlikely you actually see it in a Jumpstart event, but it is now officially historic legal as a result. So Fat Puppy. Is that something to be concerned about? Do I need to get the puppy on a diet? Is that a concern? Or is it just baby fat and he'll outgrow it? I like me some Muldrifters as well. He is incredibly cute. The fatness I think is probably part of the cuteness. How old, how fat? Oh, he's still really little. He's 8 weeks. He just turned 8 weeks. He went to the vets for the first time. He went to the vets for the first time 2 days before he was turning 8 weeks. And I think he's a Rottweiler. The maximum normal weight is like 18 pounds for 8 weeks, and he's 20 pounds. And he's also, like, by far the chunkiest of his litter. He was, like, almost 2 pounds over the next biggest one from his litter when they went to the vets. I mean, he's big. He's big all around. He's a little chunky too. But he's also just like the biggest one from his litter. He does like to eat though. Ever since oh no. Oh dear. We're gonna need a really good collected company here. Really, really, really good. 2 Spawn of Mayhems is kind of an insane start. Well, Coco. That counts. Skyclave. Snag a spawn of... Yes! Yes! Oh, Skyclave's so good. Soulherder's so good. Blanket. You get a token. That's fine. It's not a flying Spawn of Mayhem that's going to kill us. Grow the Soulherder. Woo! Yes. Oh, that's so good. Oh, he's gonna be. What kind of puppy do you have, Silverfist? He's gonna be a big boy. He's gonna be a big boy. Yeah, down to 10. Opponent hits us with Rankle. We will discard Elite. Yeah, discard Elite Spellbinder. Draw another Soulherder. Sacrifice. Well, opponent's gonna sacrifice their 4/4? How do we do this? I guess we gotta sacrifice Wall of Blossoms. Painfully, Mr. Foxpaws! Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Alright, so. We need to not die. How do we not die? So this blinks this. Ooh, any thoughts on making a harmonic prodigy list for historic based on your modern list? Ooh, you should check it out. It is on the YouTube. I actually posted it yesterday, and it is insane. I actually think that Shaman are going to be like a pretty legit thing. The deck is so bonkers. I feel like we got to play the Resto. Alright, we're going to pass the turn. This is going to be interesting. Blink the Skyclave. Opponent gets a 4/4. Get rid of Knight of the Even Legion. Pass the turn. Because Resto can block the Rankle. Ideally. Opponent. This is going to be interesting. This is an interesting game. Opponent plays a land. Casts a Lockwane draw. Okay. Goes to combat. Oh! Scoops it up! Scoops it up! Too good. Too good. Wow, maybe Soulherder is just like a real thing. Yeah, definitely. If you haven't seen it, you should check it out. What are your thoughts on Flesh and Blood now that it appears Wizards is killing off competitive Magic and CFB has moved into holding competitive Flesh and Blood events, calling it Vegas in 2 weeks? Yeah, I heard about the Vegas thing. I'm kind of like, even though I've never played Flesh and Blood, I was like a little tempted to try to go just because I miss GP Vegas. And it would be very fun, and I know some Magic people are going, so I thought maybe, I mean, I got way too much going on with like houses and puppies right now. If it was at a different time, I'd be considering it. I've been loving Soulherder in this format too. It's really sweet. I haven't played Flesh and Blood. My impression of it is someone who hasn't played it seems expensive. But I can't really speak to the gameplay aspect of it. for me, because I do so much online, it would be a lot easier for me to check out if there was digital Flesh and Blood. I'm not really sure. There's not many close LGSs to me, and the small ones that are like not super far away, I'm not sure that Flesh and Blood is something they actually support. So I'm not actually sure where I would play Flesh and Blood at this point. Although, I mean, some people seem hyped about it, which is cool. It seems like so far there's been a lot of disenfranchised Magic pros, or some disenfranchised Magic pros who are interested in it, which, I mean, good, awesome. How big is the player base? I don't believe it's very big. The game is pretty new, and I don't think the player base is very big. I don't really know a way to judge player bases, but I know I was researching this a little for myself, and I believe that the Flesh and Blood main Reddit has like 10k subscribers or something, when Arsetch Magic TCG, the main Magic Reddit, has almost 500,000. So I think that at this point, it's a lot smaller than Magic. For your information, you can ephemerate the Skyclave apparition in response to the trigger, take away opponent's permanent, and denying them the token. Yeah, that could have been worth considering there. I really wanted to leave up the ephemerate for protection or mid-combat shenanigans, but it might have been worth it just to get another thing out of the way for free. The record is correct. We're up a game. We won our first match, and we're up a game in this one. What has your experience have been with Flesh and Blood? Have any of you played it? I've been trying to figure out if it's the next big thing and it's gonna like take off and be huge, or if it's too expensive / complicated to ever be like a Magic style game. I don't believe extremely expensive. I bought a tier 1 list for approximately $700-800, which is cheaper than most modern decks. I mean, the thing is, I feel like that's more expensive than it sounds, just because there's not a very long track record of the game being around. So I'd be worried about, like, I don't know, new games just tend to come and go. So my concern would be $800 on Magic is one thing, because it's been around for 30 years. $800 on a game that is pretty new and pretty small, and you really have no idea if it'll exist in 2 years. There's just been so many, even games that are hyped, that come out in this space, they tend to come and go really quickly. So whether or not this is a long-term game or something that's artifacty and just like hyped but then falls apart, hard to know at this point. I mean, I hope it does super well. I think the more, as far as I'm concerned, the more fun games that people enjoy playing, the better. Like, even if they're not Magic. I couldn't imagine spending $800 or $700 on a deck for a brand new game, though. I tried Flesh and Blood once. I didn't think it was as hard as MTG, but it wasn't easy either. Prices seem to be due to speculators, which might hurt it. Yeah, I think that ooh, it's gonna be a good deck in Stone. I think that is a concern. I think prices are the biggest concern. Abono passes. Well, let's do some investigating. Could really use a creature that does things. Hit ya. Opponent's going to be able to draw a bunch of cards. At least we're not immediately dying. Thanks for replying to my Cody No Land Permanent deck I emailed you. I wasn't expecting a reply. I appreciate it. I try. It takes me a long time sometimes, but I do actually try to respond to all the emails I get. I know I'm sure there's times when I fail on it, but that's my goal. If you're not playing at a top level, the game is pretty cheap. The Collector's First Edition and Unlimited are way different prices. So, is that how the system works with Flesh and Blood? There's like First Edition, and then they reprint the exact same set with they reprint the exact same set Unlimited Edition. Or are there some cards? I guess that's my question. I don't know the economy enough. Are there some like staple cards that you need that are really expensive? Because just having like Black Lotus being ridiculously expensive doesn't hurt Magic at all, really. Not meaningfully at least. But having Renin 6 or Ragavan be expensive, that does actually hurt Magic because those are cards that people actually need to play with. Have been playing Magic and being taxed for playing a game by card. Oh my goodness! All right, opponent discard for days. Well, I guess we gave them a bunch of clues, unfortunately. Opponent. I don't think that it's fair that this has English text on it. I think the upside of playing when you buy the card style should be that your opponent, unless they speak the language, should not be able to read your card. I consider that to be an arena bug. Go Dagon. Opponent more removal. Down to 11. All the mana, nothing to do with it. They probably made a video on it. Seems like the first edition is an expensive one. Unlimited is cheaper. The other thing that concerns me about Flesh and Blood is I feel like a lot of people are hyping it. And that makes me nervous. Whenever I see like a ton of people like, I don't know. People like I know Rudy was really big into it. Maybe he still is. I haven't really watched Rudy videos recently. And then like Prof was making videos on it. There's someone else that always makes me a little bit, just a little nervous. Like, oh, is this like actually organically awesome, or people just are just like hyping this up for some reason. Power Dad 5000, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super video, thank you. Fauna Shaman in Shamanamonicon. I feel like it's the weakest Shaman, and it's rare, so it's painful to craft. Would it be your first cut, or is there something else you have in mind? Oh, that is a tough one. So I actually think that it's very good in the deck. Opponent, Murderous Rider. All right, Wall of Blossoms. That draws us a card. Militia Bugler. That also draws us cards. Skyclave. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. Faceless Haven. This has been a wild match. I actually like Fauna Shaman in the deck, although I do think it's cuttable. The question is, what would you... The question is, what would you replace it with? And that's what I don't really have a good answer for. I'll hit ya. Charming Prince. Scry 2. Those are pretty good. Skyclave Cleric. Go. Are we getting there? Are we taking down another? Maybe this deck's sweet about it. Goblin Arsonist doesn't feel very good to me. I mean, we can look at the Shaman. Yeah, Bone Crusher I think could be fine. Rixmani Revelers seems decent. Yeah, it could be a good option. Opponent. Attacks. Now we're going to double block. If they got an answer, they got an answer. Get some empty-handed. Alright, Faceless Haven down. Skyclave. Get rid of your Murderous Rider. Hit ya. Wow. Opponent got off to that ridiculous start, too. We had the slow start. Our opponent had the fast start. And we still got there. Opponent kills a bunch of our stuff. Although there's some bad news for the opponent, which is Coco's in hand. Coco. 6 land. Good thing we scried that Militia Bugler to the top. Golly. Well, Soulherder. No attacks. Blink Militia Bugler. Opponents had double wrath. I thought that Coco was going to be really good, but it was not. I'll take more Soulherders. Deck list isn't correct. Only 54 cards main deck. Wait, really? Oh, boot it. Draws another go blank. I think the deck list is right. It looks right to me. Faceless Haven, opponent, goes attacking. No blocks. I'll pass the turn. Yeah, we're gonna stop looking at this Militia Bugler, which hasn't been good for us. Draw a card. Grow Soulherder. There's our resto. Okay, I think that should do it. Opponent, we're fine. This has been so grindy. Is Pearl Lake Agent or World Breaker good in Modern? With Unholy Heat so popular? Well, alright. Restoration Angel. Opponent's drawing go blanks for days. Resto. Blink Wall of Blossoms. Grow. Ephemerate. Blink Resto. Oh, got him. Looks like Cardboard Lifestyles are updated with the new Jumpstart cards. Yeah, sometimes it takes them. Sometimes it takes them a while. All right, let's so that's just normal 60 card no Panharmonicon version of Soulherder. Hey, thank you, New Oldly. Speaking of podcasts, the new one comes out right after the stream, actually. That's the next thing I do after streaming. All right, what Yarion build would you like to see? Are you a fan of Esper, Bant, or straight blue-white? Which one do you prefer? Give me your vote. So, blue-white is pretty straightforward. I'm not really sure what the key card is. Cloudblazer, maybe? Cloudblazer, Elite Guard Mages, Panharmonicons, got a Blaze Placer in there. Bant, we already saw a version of Bant. This is somewhat similar, but also has Craterhoof to close out the game. It's got Thragtusk, there's no Cocos, it's got Timeless Witnesses, it's got Risen Reef, it's got Lannis. Lannis is a card I'm very intrigued by. And then Esper, hey, what's up, awesome dude? How are things? Esper offers things like Gonti, things like Massacre Worm, Cavalier, Callous Blood Mage, everyone's favorite underrated card from Strixhaven. Yeah, we can try Esper. Esper and Bant I think are interesting. Go Esper. All right, well, we'll do Esper and maybe we'll do Bant too. Reanimator. This is a list I found online. Basically, trying to reanimate Sierra Emissary, Elish Norn, Jin Gataxias, Faithless Looting to discard, Seasoned Pyromancer discard, Kolaghan's Command can discard, and that's basically the plan. Get something big into play as quickly as possible. I'm doing well, awesome dude. All right, let's Esper it. I will warn you, I've not tried this build yet. I built it this morning. I haven't actually played it. Do I have the lists? Oh yeah, let me export. Let me export it real quick. I just built these before the stream. I didn't export them all. Enchantress, we're gonna play Enchantress. Enchantress and Soulherder are two of the things that I've been asked about the most. So Enchantress is coming this week. It's coming this week in one form or another. Be it a stream, be it on YouTube. I'm not exactly sure where yet. All right, as per Soulherder, should we keep, chat? one land, one keep. I'm sure it'll be fine. We do have our Panharmonicon. How do you think 2 sets entering Standard so close together is going to affect Standard? Well, all the lands, all of them tapped. Well, I mean, not a good hand, but I guess we keep it. Opponent. Some sort of Lurus deck. So how is two sets entering Standard at the same time almost going to impact Standard? I don't actually think it's going to be a big difference, really. I think it'll speed things up, but I'm imagining that the 2 Innistrad sets are pretty related in their themes. So I think they'll kind of build on each other. So unlike how the change from like Zendikar, wow, opponent's going off. The change from like Zendikar Rising to Strixhaven is pretty big, or Strixhaven to Forgotten Realms. Very different sets. I think that because they're 2 very similar sets that are built around the same plane, I don't think it'll be a big deal. I think it'll be pretty normal feeling. Piggybacking on the 2-set question, do you think the 2 Innistrad set change? Wait, do you think the 2 Innistrad sets change the release schedule for next year a lot? Feels like we might be getting fatigue fast. Good God. I mean, we're gonna die before we do anything. Wow! We drew so many of these. What an awkward draw. Alright, sure. Well, that was not especially close to doing anything. Spoilers are Thursday. So, very, very soon for Innistrad Midnight Hunt. My guess is next year's release schedule is going to be slightly changed. I think it might be like this. I think it's possible that it's similar to this, where next year we'll probably have a set like... I'm guessing it's got to be like a set in March, a set in July, a set in September, a set in November. So there's the long gap is going to be after the Innistrad set. That would be my guess. There's no Eldrazi. They did say that, unless they're just straight up lying. Which I don't think they're straight up lying. They're sneaky, but I don't think they would just straight up say, "Oh, there's not Eldrazi," and then put Eldrazi in a set. That seems like a good way to generate some backlash. Alright, so opponent's super aggressive. Probably gotta cut the Gontis. I mean, we got plenty of removal if we can... that was just a super slow draw. What else can we cut? I mean, we don't have Thrabes. Alright, let's try something like that. We have another new donation from Dirty Danchez. $5 donation. Hey Seth, thanks for doing some Soulherder today. It's my favorite card for the past couple years. Stoked for it to be an historic. What's your favorite card from the past couple of years? Ooh, our lands don't all come into play tapped. That's kind of nice. Favorite card from the past couple of years. I feel like there hasn't been... So in the past, there was like Panharmonicon. That was a card I was obsessed with and we played a ton. There was... Sphinx's Tutelage. Played that one a ton. We've played Blood Moon a ton. I don't feel like there's been any cards from the past couple years where I've just been obsessed with it and played it over and over and over again. Maybe I'm not thinking of one. What have we played the most out of the past couple of years? It might be. It might be Soulherder. We have played a lot of Yarok as a Panharmonicon. I'm currently addicted to Harmonic Prodigy. Yeah, opponents doing what they do. Jeez. Well, apparently Hardened Scale with Proliferate can get off to some frighteningly fast starts. If we play this untapped, are they going to play around Settle the Wreckage? That's the question. Are we better off just sniping things with Declaration in Stone and waiting? Do you think they'll play around it? Patrick M. Is the Patrick M the name of the type of player that would play around to Settle the Wreckage? That is the question. I wish we didn't have to shock ourselves. The shocking ourselves in passing is just such a giveaway. I like Sedgemoor Witch a lot too. That is a good one. Really, Ren in 6? All right, kill that. We're gonna try to not telegraph it. We want to look like we don't have Settle. That is the hope, to trick our opponent into thinking we don't have it. Next turn we can just play tap land and pass. Like, oh dear, we keep drawing all the lands. Opponent making this thing huge, goes combat. Attacks. Well, block Ephemerate. The new Ren actually looks really sweet. I think Innistrad's going to be great. I feel like Wizards is going to crush it with the new Innistrad. I have really high hopes for it being a really great set. Another Hoatli's Raptor. Well, Blink. Tap land. Come on. Come on. There's no way. There's no way. No way they play around it. No way. I mean, like, every card they've previewed from Innistrad so far is really strong. And Innistrad's just really sweet. Especially the original Innistrad was just so good. And if they're going for that again... What set from next year are you most hyped about? Are you more hyped for the new, like, innovative sets? Or are you more hyped for the... got him. Are you more hyped for the new Innistrad sets, like New Capnia and Cyberpunk Kamigawa? Or for the old nostalgia sets, like Brothers War and Dominaria? The mob set? The mob set seems to be a really popular choice. I'm very interested to see what the mob set's like. I mean, I think the sets I'm most hyped for are Brothers War and the Return of Kamigawa, but... and also the Return of Dominaria. But I think the set that I am most intrigued by is the Gangster set. Do you think so? Remember the naming from Forgotten Realms? This comes up on the podcast today, which will be going up after the stream. But the Forgotten Realms cards, there's a bunch of random, like, D&D words where it's like, you come upon a goblin, and it's like actual lines from D&D. Do you think that they should do that more? Like with the Gangster set, should they have like a counter spell that's called Forget About It? And it's just counter target spell. I thought it was weird with the D&D set. Sleeping with the Fishes, and it's a Doomblade. Just really play up like the gangster movie tropes. Sleep with the Fishes. Sleep with the Fishes probably will be a card, won't it? I guess we can take this hit. That does seem like... It does seem like a kind of card that Wizards would actually make. Well, Soulherder. Go to combat. Attack, yeah. Blink. Skyclave Cleric. Gain some life. You just choked? I think a forget about it counterspell would be hilarious. Cement shoes. They did have Walk the Plank in the Pirate set, so they could. I wonder, they gotta, like, if they're doing 5 crime families, it's gotta be influenced by those, like, gangster movie tropes, right? It's gotta be. You find a horse head in your bed. Oh, there's an offer you carry. There's so many possibilities. Yeah, Tomer's kind of like long form video essay content's really good. I think that's some of the best stuff Tomer makes. Like, Tomer makes a lot of cool stuff, but I don't have that much time to watch content, and when Tomer does his big lore videos, I usually end up watching them all the way through because they're just really well done. Steven, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Ooh, Amirius. We can cast 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, we can almost cast that. Well, go to combat. Attack you a bunch. Yaria. Do some blinking. Grow the Soulherder. Get our stuff back. So many synergies. No bounce. Gain some life. Blank Yarion. Blank Baron. Crow Soulherder. Go. What about, so this I don't know much about. I know the gangster movies. I'm not super familiar with Cyberpunk. If I want to learn more about Cyberpunk to prepare for our return to Kamigawa, what would I watch? Like what do you most associate with Cyberpunk? Is there anything? There's got to be something. Blade Runner? Okay. Just take acid? Wait, is that Cyberpunk? I'm so confused. Blade Runner. Don't play Cyberpunk 2077. Seems like a lot of Blade Runner. So what is associated with... It's a big Loris. So what's associated with Cyberpunk then? I'll bounce this. Declaration in Stone Loris. Alright. Snakeskin Veil. Well, Charming Prince. Snakeskin Veil was kind of a blood. That's a 10-9 Luris. Okay. Ghosts in the Cell, Neon Lights, Dystopian Future, Sci-Fi Consciousness. What's the closest set to Cyberpunk we've had in Magic? Or isn't there anything that's even close to it? I've heard of Altered Carbon. I haven't actually seen it. Well, the hexproof is going to stay the whole turn, right? Like, this will come back on our end step. This will still be hexproof until the next turn. Yeah, let's just exile Skyclave. Was trying to wait to actually play this Amiria's Call, but play it tapped, pass the turn. Blink Charming Prince. Grow the Soulherder. Scry. Keep Cloud Blazer. Could use a Panharmonicon. That'd be sweet. Gain some life. Pass the turn. What a wild game. Nothing super close. Imagine Kaladesh mixed with Phyrexia but darker. Huh. So we've never had anything very cyberpunky. Do you think it'll work in Magic? Dimir is very cyberpunk. Okay, I can kind of see that. Opponent. Firing up the lair. Goes attacking. We will chump. Actually, chump with this. Stealing this Lures is going to be sweet. No one expects the Hostage Taker. Hostage Taker. Yoink. Oh! Post scoops it up! That was a big Lures, but it wasn't good enough. If you notice, Beseiju Shelters All is in Kamigawa teaser art. It looks like the tree's mana is being sapped by towers. Ooh, this is something else I'm really curious about. One of my biggest concerns with Return to Kamigawa is it's only one set. I'm not sure that Wizards can give players everything they want within that constraint, especially when you consider that a Magic set, you got what, 100 commons, 80 uncommons, where you can't put everything in there. So there's relatively few cards for Wizards to give players not only everything they're expecting in a Return to Kamigawa, but also all this new stuff. What do you think about the change to doing one set? It's been a few years now. It's been, what, 4 years or something? Like, I don't know. I don't know if I like one set blocks anymore. I kind of feel like maybe 2 would be ideal. And there can be exceptions. I'm not saying there has to be some hard and fast rule where you never have a one set block. But I kind of wonder if maybe 2 sets would be better, because it would give more time for some of those return 2s. And I feel like Wizards does that kind of like, I assume that Brothers War and Dominaria are going to kind of connect together. Like the 2 Innistrad sets are going to connect together. So we have some sets that do kind of connect together a little bit. I think, I guess there's like upsides and downsides. The upside of having a one set block is if that plane or set sucks and people don't like it, we're not there very long. So that is the upside. There's nothing worse than, could you imagine like if Wizards printed original Kamigawa or like masks or something today, and you're like, oh no, this entire year of Magic is going to be this really underpowered plane that isn't very interesting or fun, but I do think doing one so often might actually be a negative. Even Miro said they need to connect sets with mechanics and themes, so 2 set blocks would help a lot. Yeah, I kind of lean towards that. That having, they don't got to go back to the old system of every year you basically go one place and go there for a whole bunch of sets in a row. Like, that's probably not necessary. Ugh. Alright, Panharmonicon. We're keeping it. I feel like our odds of winning this game probably go up if we put Panharmonicon to the bottom. But I just can't bring myself to do it. We're ride or die with Panharmonicon here. For better or worse. Luminarch's Pirant going to start growing. Certainly. If there's good news, it's that most of our removal is exile-based. So our opponent, the last game, couldn't get anything back with Luris. Opponent, land, and... What do you got, opponent? Stone Coil Serpent. Well, land. Sky Cave Apparition. Stone Coil down. Go. Whoo! Yes! Exclamation point deck will, wait, did I update it? Yeah, exclamation point deck will take you to the deck. Alright. We're doing it. We're doing it. We're doing it. That's Panharmonicon. Taking the turn off. Getting down the best card in Magic. Passing the turn. Opponent sacking the clue. Untapping. Oh, we're so close to going off. Land. Conclave Mentor. Removal would be a problem. Luminarch's Pirant. Growing. Attacking. Land for this Cavalier would be insane. Raptor. Well, yeah. Cavalier of Night. Panharmonicon on the battlefield. Oh no! Oh, it's been so long since I played this. I'm an idiot. This doesn't actually work. We should have played... we should have played the other one. Oh no! Oh no! Mistakes were definitely made. Oh yeah, we definitely should have just played Soulherder. I forgot you had to sack something. It's been a long time since I played a Cavalier of Night. You gotta sack a creature. Oh, this was when they made the mythics bad. Opponent gonna go attacking. Well, I guess this is fine. Okay. So we get back our Skyclave, and it kind of just undoes our mistake. Get rid of Hardened Scales. Go after the Conclave Mentor. What? Wild Shape? Okay. Okay, sure. Sure. Donos for the 42nd month. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you. Well, Blanket. Panharmonicon. Oh, man. I miss having Panharmonicon. Kill you. Kill you. Grow our Soulherder. Yes. Pass the turn. Opponent. Alright, now some card draw. Now show us that Cloud Blazer. How are things? Yeah, maybe this card is better than I expected. 1 mana protection. Or defense or offense. That actually... I kind of just like completely overlooked that card, but it might be good. New Jumpstart's been really sweet. We've got to play a lot of really sweet decks. Huh. Well... Skyclave Cleric. Gain a bit of life. Soulherder. No attacks. Blink you. Blink you. Oh, this is such a blowout. Panharmonicon's like a real card. Many triggers. Get rid of the Raptor. Get rid of the Pellet Collector. Yes. Oh, snipe them all, grow the Soulherders, and I think we're the +1/+1 counter deck now. Yes! Blanket, grow it. Up to 29. Thoughts on the new sets that are coming out? I am excited by... That went really well. And we're kind of still getting... Does this mean we rank up? It does. Out of Platinum. Moving on up to Diamond. And Soulherder. Looking good. Looking pretty good. I'm very happy for Soulherder. Is just such a sweet card. So thoughts on the new sets coming out. But actually, before we do that, super quick, a reminder that our sponsor today is Card Kingdom. If you need some magical cards, you can get them at cardkingdom.com. All right, thoughts on the sets coming out. There's a pretty long list. Hang on one second. I want to make sure my Discord isn't. Okay, we're good. The one thing, I'm not worried about putting my credit card on the stream. I've already done that. But I do worry that I'll pull up the Discord and I'll have someone else's message on there that they sent me and other people weren't supposed to read it. So, all right. I was trying to pull up a list of sets because there's so many sets, and we were just talking about this for the podcast. All right, so sets. Standard sets. Here we go. Number 1, Kamigawa Neon Destiny. I'm excited for it. I'm not a huge, Kamigawa fanboy or whatever, but I'm interested to see what Kamigawa looks like 2,000 years later. I'm praying really, really hard that we get ninjutsu. That's all I care about. Give me ninjutsu and we're good. I will be absolutely thrilled and love the set. So excited for Kamigawa. Streets of New Caprina, the gangster set. That is the set I'm most intrigued by. It's weird. It's different. We've never really seen anything like it in the world of Magic. I want to see what it's like. Are there guns? Are there gangsters? Are we sleeping with the fishes and forget about it? I really don't have any idea. But yeah, so I'm interested in that set. Dominaria, super hyped for. Last time it's great. Last time Dominaria was, I think, one of the biggest things and best things to happen to Magic in a while. That's what really started the kind of recent resurgence, I would say, of Magic. I feel like if you look at the Magic timeline, there was dead time in the early 2000s, huge explosion around Zendikar through the early 2010s, maybe through Theros, and then I feel like we had a bit of a downswing, but I feel like where we started to recover, discounting the fact that actual competitive formats were completely brutalized. But I feel like Dominaria is where we started to recover and things started to really improve. So I'm excited to go to Dominaria again. And then Brothers War, definitely hyped for that one. Of the supplemental products, I just wrote a whole article. Did you read my article over the weekend? I actually am curious everyone's thoughts on this. I defending the Fortnite Secret Lair drop to some extent. Opponent reading Panharmonicon. I think they'll finish the Triomes. I think that they definitely will. Kills the Skyclave Cleric, sure. And what? Triomes are really sweet lands. They deserve to be finished. They are a cycle that's good enough to be finished. I actually think that the Fortnite Secret Lair drop could be a good thing. Oh, come on now. Hater of everything wonderful and fun. Honestly, there's a reason Panharmonicon doesn't see that much play, or really any play. I think the biggest reason is it's 4 mana take off a turn. However, the popularity of Kolaghan's Command in Prismari Command is another reason why it's a janky fun card rather than a, win the game kind of card. A lot of matchups. Moon Crusher Giant. Well, land. Noxious Gearhulk. Kill the Bone Crusher Giant. That's the turn. Opponent. I assume they gotta kill the Gearhulk. I feel like Panharmonicon could be cheaper. Lord of the Rings bothers me more by far. Really? I feel like I feel like Lord of the Rings is going to get a pass because it's so fantasy adjacent. Similar to the D&D set. So we just had a D&D set. We're getting another D&D set. Oh, God. Alright. Well, I think this is where we concede. Crim. Yeah, I mean, we're just Planeswalker locked here. Like, is the Lord of the Rings set gonna... yeah, I don't want the Lord of the Rings set in Modern. That is very true. I'm actually kind of surprised they put it in Modern. And their justification was, like, more people will play it? Which is, like, the weakest... We're going down to one Panorama God. If they're playing Kolaghan's Command, we can't do it. We can't do it. But yeah... yeah, we're getting the next Commander Legends coming out in the spring is a D&D set. Commander Legends, what, Baldur's Gate? Yeah, the Lord of the Rings set going into Modern really caught me by surprise. I thought we had moved past that, and I thought that the idea was, okay, we're gonna make them, but they're gonna be, you know, kind of like casual Commander focused products. Apparently Wizards has other ideas, and they're going to put them into actual competitive formats, which that makes me very nervous for multiple reasons. One of the reasons is I just don't trust Wizards to test a product like this in Modern. It's not about it being Lord of the Rings. Although it being a crossover product does play into it, because I also think they have an incentive to like push the cards in crossover products. Because who's going to let you use their IP if you take Gandalf and make it a 1/1 for 7 or something. I think LOTR is Lord of the Rings, abbreviation for Lord of the Rings. So that's kind of my concern. It's not so much having Lord of the Rings cards exist in Modern. It's that I don't trust a set like this being released into Modern without causing problems. My biggest fear is that Wizards just forgets about the game. Because that's the thing that matters most to me. Like, if the actual game of Magic is fun, and I'm enjoying it, I'm willing to put up with a lot. Like if Wizards wants to print Fortnite cards, and Standard is fun, and Modern is thriving, I can deal with it. Like, that's not a deal breaker for me. What the deal breaker for me is the game itself being less fun and being bad. So my big fear is that Wizards in their focus, or Hasbro in their focus on making all these like crossover products they can monetize and make big piles of money, that they kind of forget that the foundation of all this, their house that they're building and the money that they're making, it all goes back to their game being good. Like, that is the bottom line. And I hope Wizards remembers that. Dylan Hunter, welcome to the Facebook. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. Thoughtseize. Takes Gonti. Still hates fun. That sounds pretty bad right now. Thoughtseize. Might as well take the Panharmonicon. Callous Blood Mage. Draw a card. Hit ya. Opponent. Lord of the Rings seems like as can be any normal Magic set. I mean, the Lord of the Rings set is a pretty normal set. Bloodchief's Thirst. Well, Thraben Inspector. Go attacking. Dovin's Veto is good. These Declaration Stones, not so good. But the Dovin's Veto can stop a future Planeswalker, which is nice. Opponent. Down to 10. All those Thoughtseizes adding up. Opponent untaps. No blue mana still. Tokens Estate used to be very protective of Lord of the Rings, but they even let Warner Brothers games change some of the characters in those Mordor games, so who knows what'll happen. Fantasy Flight's live card game was the great Lord of the Rings game. What do you know about Star Wars? I feel like that would be a huge one. I know that Universes Beyond, there's pluses and minuses, and I know some people really don't like it. But I think if they did Universes Beyond Star Wars, it would be huge. Like, what would be the biggest thing that Wizards could make a set of? Because they're doing Lord of the Rings, like a literal full set. They're doing a literal full set. This isn't some commander deck. They're doing a full set. What is the number one property? Disregarding any of the issues with Universes Beyond. Like, just, okay, if Wizards printed this one, it would be the biggest deal, make the most money, be the most successful. Marvel? Wait, is that an X-Men thing? That's an X-Men thing, right? Okay, X-Men, I get it. X-Men would probably be pretty big. Call of Duty. Ooh. Lego. Lord of the Rings is on the list. Yeah, I think that Lord of the Rings might actually be at least somewhere on that list, right? No, I'm actually not trolling at the moment. I'm actually, like, curious what the biggest thing they could cross over would be. Oh, with Marvel? X-Men. That's what they're known for. How would you do Minecraft? I kind of wondered that even about... All right. I kind of wondered that even about, like, Fortnite, because Fortnite doesn't have very well-known characters. Game of Thrones maybe before Season 8. before Season 8. Hey, what's up, Grixis Leader? I feel like... I don't think I've ever seen a TV show that went from so liked to so hated with a single bad season. I mean, honestly, 7 was only okay. I think 7 you could start to see the decline. Soulherder's been good so far. We play really long, grindy games, but it has been very good. Opponent has had so much interaction. Opponent. Passing. Restoration Angel. Do you have even more removal? Well, get a Yarion. Go to combat attack. I mean, Breaking Bad is the opposite of Game of Thrones, where Breaking Bad made its literal best episodes of its entire run as some of their last episodes. I think that's part of why Breaking Bad is held in such high esteem now, is they didn't do that. They went the exact opposite direction, and their best work was in the last season. Yeah, I think that losing the book as a source material is what really hurt Game of Thrones. You could tell once they had to start, like, writing it on their own, it got... Ugh. It was just, the pacing was horrible. The pacing was just so bad. That's part of what was so beautiful about the early seasons of Game of Thrones, is a lot of the best moments were like, oh, two characters traveling on the road for a big chunk of the season, and just like the conversations and the dialogue that those characters have, those were some of the best moments of the entire series. I know it's like the Red Wedding and all these big things are like, excuse me, Joffrey's death. Those are like the big, most remembered things. But a lot of the best moments of the series were just so slow. Those slow moments. And then the last couple of seasons were just so rushed. It was just, oh, all of a sudden we're here. And then all of a sudden we're on the whole other side of the country and the next second. And then, oh, all of a sudden they're at King's Landing after fighting at Winterfell. And, oh, my God. Joffrey's death. I think, what is the Game of Thrones moment that's most iconic? Joffrey's death, the Red Wedding? Those are the two that I think of. Hey, what's up, Mindstep Thrill? We're having a lot of fun. We are soul herding, and the next men are really sweet. Opponent has a ridiculous amount of interaction. So much interaction. Oh, wait a sec. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that you could still spoil Game of Thrones. I thought it was all... I thought it had been far enough that it was just, like, common to be able to talk about. If I spoiled something for you, my apologies. I thought it was already out there. Oh, the Hodor scene was good. Yeah, I think Ned's execution in the first season was I think that's what really hooked me on it. I watched the first season. I was like, okay, this, like, I never read the books, so I watched the first season. And I was like, yeah, this is pretty interesting. And then when they actually executed Ned, I was like, all right, this show has some potential. Let's play Isolated Chapel. Yeah. My favorite was the Bear and the Maiden fair song after Jaime got his hand cut off. I guess, actually, there was a lot of really good Game of Thrones moments, weren't there? Now that we're talking about this, I'm actually, like, kind of, that was actually pretty good. I still feel like I rewatched, before the last season came out, I rewatched the whole series to get ready for the last season coming out, and I still really enjoyed it on the second watch. Like, it was still... I still thought it was really good. And then the 8th season kind of just killed it. Ned Flanders. One of the best Simpsons characters. Alright, more lands. Well, your go, opponent. Would love to stick this Gonti and steal like an Okobolas. That would be super sweet. Opponent. A little bit of crushing. And tap land. Bone crush. Alright. Come on, Gonti. Give us something good. Godless Shrine untapped. Gonti. Show us those top 4. Well, yeah, Nikki B. Join us, Nico Bolas. What do you think about Jumpstart being the new core set? Wait, Jumpstart's the new core set? How is... Wait, that's not true, is it? How do we do this? We're at 10. That's not a lot of life. That's a little discomforting. Alright, let's go to 8. Callous Blood Mage. Oh, opponent. I am a little nervous about... I mean, Jumpstart isn't even standard legal. How can it be a core set if it's not legal in standard? I haven't heard it. If they confirmed that Jumpstart was going to be the core set, then I had not heard that. Wow, this is an aggressive attack. We are going to kill your... Really? Just really want to get rid of that Gonti. All right. Well, block, kill your land. Untap, play your Bolas, win. Gonti's so good. I mean, I guess if they made it standard legal, Bolas, take it up. Watery Grave tapped. Pass the turn. Opponent. I mean, Jumpstart being the core set would be interesting if they made it standard legal. Other than, if they do that, and I actually think it wouldn't be the worst idea, but if they actually did make Jumpstart the core set, please, please, please find a better way to release it on Arena, because that would mean everyone would need the cards for Standard. And you just can't have the current release. The current release. We're going to draw a few million cards. Your go, opponents. And opponent cannot be thrown to Copal, and we're undefeated. We're undefeated with Soulherder. We've played multiple builds, and we just keep winning. We just keep winning with Soulherder. The other thing is, I feel like they'd probably have to water down Jumpstart. Like, let's see. Like, let's see if we can pull up the Jumpstart card list. I feel like they might have to power it down if they were going to put it in Standard. Because some of the cards, like the Uncounterable Elf, Muxus, I feel like those are just probably cards that you cannot put in. You cannot put into Standard. I feel like those cards would probably break Standard. Hey, thank you for the cheer, by the way. Like, Allosaur Shepherd, too good for Standard. I honestly don't know if we want Craterhoof in Standard at this point. Craterhoof might be obnoxious in Standard. Tiny Bones, Phyrexian Tower. There's actually, like, I don't know. I feel like the end result might be you have a bad core set and a bad Jumpstart if you try to make it Standard legal. So do you think, we got distracted. Do you think it's possible that Wizards actually ends up getting the rights to, like, something like Star Wars? I wonder how much they pay. Like, how much do you think Wizards pays to make Lord of the Rings cards? Or do you think the other IP is just like, you know, it's good advertising for us, so sure, we'll let you use it? Or do you think they're, like, handing out millions of dollars? Jumpstart isn't going to be Standard legal. There will be no summer Standard set they're releasing Jumpstart where the old core sets were releasing. Oh. Well, then they're not really a core set. Because the core set... I mean, I view the core set as a set that adds needed cards to Standard that you can't print in other sets easily because of flavor issues. So it might release at the same time as the core set, but I don't think it would actually replace the core set. Wizards definitely had to pay for the rights of Lord of the Rings. I'm sure they probably did. Grixis again? Ugh. Apparently everyone is crimming at the moment. Hooray. Hooray for crims. People already make Star Wars themed proxies and like them, so I wouldn't be surprised if it became one. I mean, I think if Wizards could get the IP, they would totally do it, and I think it would sell a ton. Like, Star Wars is a pretty iconic sci-fi series. Ooh, Gonti. Gonti was really good last game. Well, Tapland hit ya. Opponent. Down to 13. A Nabujint. First, for the 14th month, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super review. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I want to see a secret lair where there's a Pokemon dressed as an MTG character and a special Pokemon product where the trainers cards with planeswalkers in the art, half because I think they look awesome, half because I want to see how the community would react. That would be interesting. It would be cool to see some Magic characters show up in other places. I'm a little... That's something we've talked about before a little bit, is... Why is Magic the only one doing this? And if it was going back and forth, and there's like, you know, the next Street Fighter game, you can play with Jace or something, then I think everyone would feel a little more comfortable with it. What would Jace's combo be? So I'm not touching Historic till Trickery is gone. Do you think they'll head fast on that one? I mean, I think if you wait a few days, it'll be fine. I'm still not convinced that the deck... Well, Best of One, I can't speak to Best of One. I've seen some stats published from certain people that have shown pretty crazy Best of One records. Come on, goodies. Well, Kolaghan's Command's good enough. So Best of One, I could see it being a problem. And Best of Three, I think it's still a meme. It's annoying, but I still think it's mostly a meme deck rather than a, like, scary competitive option. All right, let's get rid of your last card. Get back Thrabes. Play Thrabes. Thraben Inspector is so good. Doesn't look like much, but Thrabes is so good. Thraben Inspector, number 2. The new Tybalt's Trickery deck in Historic. Do you want to see the Trickery deck? Have you not seen the new version of Trickery? We could play a little bit of the Trickery deck if you want to see what the conversation's about. Or have you already seen it enough and you're just done with it? Choops. Get rid of Nikki B. Hit you for 2. Wow, this went surprisingly well. Maybe we're good against Crim decks. You haven't seen it? You wanna see it? All right. After this game, we'll throw it together and you can see it. It is cascading into Trickery. Well, we will show you. That'll be a good thing to do for the second half of the stream. Before I gotta go up. All right, after this game, we'll put it together, and we'll do that for the rest of the stream, so you can see what it looks like. And our opponents could, yeah, maybe Grixis is. I mean, we're playing a pile of a pile of Soulherder cards, and apparently that's enough to take down Grixis. Elganti's in, discard in. Declaration in Stone, down. Massacre Worm, down. Cavalier of Night, down. Noxious Gearhulk, down. Blood Chief's Thirst, in. Maybe we don't have Sky. Oh, actually, Chupacabra. Go down Chups. Leave the Skyclave. Go. Enchantress is coming. Not today, but it's coming. We might have to... Well, if we're going to do Tybalt's Trickery, we probably won't get to play Lana's today. But I still want to play the Lana's Soulherder deck, so that'll still be on the list. That'll still be on the list. How werewolfy do you think Midnight Hunt will be? I've been wondering that. When I first heard the names of the Innistrad set and the description, I thought, okay, the first set's going to be really werewolfy. The second set's going to be really vampire-y. But now I'm not so sure. Now I think that it might be... Now I think that it might be a relatively normal Innistrad set with, like, a slight focus on vampires or a slight focus on werewolves. So I'm not expecting it to be, like, primarily werewolves or whatever. I could be wrong, but that's my guess. Is that it's a relatively normal looking set with a bit of a focus on the, like, namesake tribes. Opponents. Yeah, I think I actually like it better that way, honestly. Go to combat. Attack ya. Opponent takes it. Play a land. Callous Blood Mage. Kind of just want to get to Get to this thought distortion before something bad happens, because that thought distortion would be so good. Opponent, a little bit angry. Sweeps away our board. Well, good news is, Gonti. Hit. Alright, Nicol Bolas, we will accept. Pass the turn. This thought distortion might put it away. It might put opponent plays a Chandra. Alright, sure.
It's my turn.
Ooh, got him! Blink that Gonti. Yoink. Wow, this is a brutal turn for our opponent.
You're flammable.
Decline. Kill. Oh wow! Kill your Chandra. Would you like to see an opponent's head explode? We will target you. That card's so. That card's so brutal. Wow. I don't know the new jump start. That was a clean 5 for 1. It's so good. That was just a nightmare. Our opponent had to be feeling pretty good. Our opponent, okay, Chandra killed the Gonti. It only stole 1 card. We got a handful of Ras and Nicol Bolas's. We're in fine shape. And then it's Ephemerate Gonti, steal another card, untap, 5 for 1 you, and opponent just out of here. Out of here. Alright, let's see if we can throw together. Alright, let me see if I can find. Let me see if I can find the actual deck list. I mean, I guess it doesn't even matter. It's pretty, so okay, the idea of this deck, well, I can probably find one on Twitter that we can just import. So the idea of this new Trickery deck, it's a Throes of Chaos deck. So we'll still play the Lannis build in the future, but less likely that it's today. Alright, so, the idea of the deck. Historic. I think it's a deck that's probably more busted in Best of One, but Tybalt's Trickery, of course. The synergy here, this is kind of ripping off a modern deck. Ripping off a modern deck, which used to take advantage of this synergy. So, the idea is, you play all big things. You play the Cascade spell, you play Tybalt's Trickery. And that's the deck. As many big things as possible. Lands. We only actually need blue and red lands. Okay, hang on. Let me put the cards in here, and then I will explain. Wait. All right, pathway. Steam beds. Sulfur Falls. A bunch of mountains. Alright, so the idea of this deck's pretty simple. This is the new and sadly, scarily improved Tybalt's Trickery deck. Mystical Disputes. Brazen Borrower. Chaos Warps. What else do we want on the sideboard? Anything? All right, hang on. I can't actually see the chat. Let me finish throwing this together, and then I'll look. Chandra, Storm's Wrath. All right. Okay, so the idea of the deck is pretty simple. Here's the idea. The idea of this deck is we are trying to trickery into something big. But what makes the deck so scary and so much different because of Modern Horizons is Throes of Chaos. Throes of Chaos just says Cascade Retrace. Retrace, you can discard a land to cast it from your graveyard. So what this deck does is it doesn't mulligan for Tybalt's Trickery. It mulligans for Throw of Chaos. Throes of Chaos, when you cast it, it's going to hit Tybalt's Trickery 100% of the time. And then the weirdest quirk of this is the way the timing works out. You Throes of Chaos, that's going to Cascade. Cascade will hit Tybalt's Trickery. When you hit the Tybalt's Trickery, the Throes of Chaos is still going to be on the stack. Which means Tybalt Trickery, you don't need any janky zero drop or anything. To counter, you are just going to be able to counter the Throes of Chaos. That's going to cause Trickery to do its thing where you mill some cards and then cascade essentially into something. Hopefully you hit one of the big things and hopefully you win the game. That is the plan of the deck. Would you rather play it in Best of One? I think Best of One is where it's at its best because you think 3 Trickeries is better? So I'm actually not sure. So the upside to you think maybe 3 is correct. That means we only get 3 Cascades. I guess if we're not winning the game with 3 Ugin/Ulamags, then we probably don't deserve to win. Yeah, I think Best of One is where it's at its best, just because you don't have to deal with sideboard cards. And sideboard cards are really good against it. One Living End pretty much always wins, though. Because the upside of this Cascade build is you Cascade, you do it every turn. So this hand, no throws, no keep. Throws, keep. Big thing to the bottom, and alright, can you win before we Throes of Chaos? That is the question. Oh, we drew a Trickery. That's less good. We drew an Ulamog, also less good. Steamhead's tap as is our opponent doing the same thing? Is this just Trickery meta? Yoen Leafar! Oh my god, welcome to the fishbowl. Thank you so... We lost the die roll. Thank you so much for... Should we Trickery there? Wow, this is hilarious. So opponent... You can see our opponent doing it. Tybalt's Trickery hits the Throes of Chaos. Yeah, that's not actually that great. Sure. Magma Opus. We untap. Land. Throes of Chaos. Trickery. Counter the Throes of Chaos. Mill. Alright, we also hit Magma Opus. Welcome to Hearthstoric, ladies and gentlemen. Your favorite Magic the Gathering format. Opponent. You know what they're going to do? They're going to discard a land to cast Throes of Chaos. And they're going to hit it to Tybalt's Trickery. And they're going to spin into something good. Mills. Emergent Ultimatum. Okay. Sure. What do you choose about it? Oh, God. Omniscience, Sarah Emissary, Throes of Chaos. Well, we're not giving you Omniscience. Opponent, Throes of Chaos. I kind of wonder if 4 Tibalt's Trickeries is correct with how this deck plays. I think in old versions of different decks, a lesser number might be worth it, but I kind of think with how this deck plays, you need all of them. Opponent, Magma Opus, sure. Yeah, there's one more in our deck. What is our opponent going to choose? Probably should choose Creature because of Ulamog. I mean, this is turn 4. He chooses Creature. Plays a land. Passes. Well, we will Throes of Chaos. Discard a land. Find. Oh, do we mill the... Oh, my... Oh, yeah, we just low rolled out of this, didn't we? We milled a Trickery. I wasn't even paying attention. We milled a Trickery with our first one. Yeah, I definitely think this deck should play 4. Well, we can actually do this the hard way. Alright. Come on, Trickery. You better be good this time. Mills. Magma Opus. Horrible. Death. And opponent says good game. Giving the impression they were actually playing Magic. Alright, let's add in the 4th Trickery, because I think you definitely need the 4th Trickery. So the funny thing is, this is one of the weird divides on Arena. One of the weird divides on Arena is the divide between best of 1 and best of 3. And decks like this, like best of 1 just like is susceptible to stuff like this. It is in the name best of 1. Like, if you're not going to have sideboard cards to interact with your opponent, this is going to happen. Decks like this are not actually... Our decks like this are not problematic in best of 3 because you have ways to interact. Like, I actually, as I was building the Soulherder decks earlier, I played someone trying to play this deck in best of 3, and they got a game in game 1, but then we sideboarded, and they didn't do anything. Just like, oh, bounce your thing, kill your thing, counter your thing, you mulligan to 2. So, it's a... yeah. I feel like it's a bit of a flaw with the best of 1 setup, really. And I don't know how to fix that. And then you have, like... Maybe they gotta embrace the 2 ban list thing more. Like, maybe you gotta ban Tibalt's Trickery. I mean, I guess I wouldn't care if you banned Tibalt's Trickery everywhere. But maybe you gotta ban Tibalt's Trickery in... Wow, we're really good at drawing Trickeries. Maybe you gotta ban Tibalt's Trickery in best of 3, but not in best of 1. Or vice versa, rather. You fix it by salty roping people who are trying to win too fast. I am firmly against salty roping in all circumstances. Is best of 1 just all people comboing in various ways? Opponent. It would be pretty funny if we actually use Tibalt's Trickery to stop their combo. Like, they go Vesperlark, Davriel's Withering, and we just actually play it fairly and counter it and win. I'm kind of hoping they have it, because that would just be so funny. Huh. Yeah, alright. Counter it, I guess. Do they hit a Withering? I think they hit a Withering. Ah, doesn't even cast it. Okay. Lad throws a Chaos. Be good magic gods. Trickery. We will counter our throes of chaos. And mill. Win the game. Ugin, out of here, dorks. Busted. Opponent. I mean, Tibalt's Trickery lets you cast a spell for free. So I could have cast the Withering. They just didn't have anything worth targeting. Opponent passes. Well, you know what I think we do? I think we Throes of Chaos. Spin it to win it. Tibalt's Trickery. On the Throes of Chaos. Like, this synergy's kind of insane. Alright, yeah. Hit your face. Tap your lands. Make a big dork. Draw some cards. Bolt your Celebrant. Tap land, go. This is some good, clean, fair magic. Is it... How much of the best of one meta is like this? Oh! Alright. Opponent. A little bit of reanimation here. Sure. Well, Throes of Chaos. Discard the mountain. One more. Last trickery. Counter it. Yes, we're sure Magic Arena. Magic Arena doesn't know how this deck works. Magma Opus. Kill your stuff. Yeah, this is a last one, but we've gotten enough mana that we're gonna be able to just start hard casting stuff here pretty soon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like, we're only 2 turns away from hard casting. Distraction TV, first time sub. Welcome to the fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super over here. Thank you. Oh no. Okay. Sure. Alright, go to combat attack, yeah. I think we're just gonna exile everything, honestly. I think that's the safest. Yeah. This is the safest. Exile your stuff. Ooh, World Tree could actually be interesting. I actually kind of like that idea. And now we could actually cast, like, the Genesis Ultimatum. What do you transform into in Best of 3? Opponent reanimates. Do we have a time when we could have lethaled our opponent? I'm surprised our opponent's not giving up here. How many... I would have given up like 3 Ugins ago. I'm kind of shocked that our... I guess we could have won right there too, couldn't we have? We keep exiling our opponent's stuff, but you're right. I guess if we were just going face and Opus face, we would have won by now. But what if they added Withering as an invisible card in their hand? Would Midnight Clock be good here? Give you a way to shuffle back to your graveyard if the game goes too long. So if you decide to build this deck, the important thing is you can't play anything other than Tibalt's Trickery that costs 1, 2, or 3 mana. Everything's got to cost 4+. Are we salty roping? Okay. Opponent passes. I don't really want to let him know we had the Magma Opus because it might look like we were slow rolling them. So let's just Ugin it. Ugin. Good game to you, and Really late to the stream. Can I have the Soulherder deck list? Oh yeah, the deck is it's still, we played a couple of different ones, and then people wanted to see the new super healthy, fun Tibalt's Trickery deck in action. Does anyone know, is Historic Brawl Q broken right now? Can't get in a match. I don't know. 8-mana bolt is sometimes good enough. Yeah, we'll do one more and then we'll switch back and do another Soulherder. Like, this gets pretty repetitive. Like, this is what you're doing over and over and over again. There's not really any more play to it than that. It's just spin the wheel. So we'll do one more, and then we'll jump back and do another Soulherder game. What do you think of Tibalt's Trickery plus Drannith Magistrate? Ooh. Drannith Magistrate just says you can't cast. Your opponents can't cast spells from anywhere except their hand. I mean, it's cute. I'm not sure what kind of deck. Yeah, always just mulligan for Throes of Chaos. Like, I think you should mulligan all the way down to 2. Probably to 3 or 2 for Throes of Chaos. Oh no, our opponent appears to be attempting to play fair magic. This is not going to end well. Is Historic Brawl not working? Takes up to 5 minutes to find Historic Brawl. It might. I don't know. I don't know how popular Historic Brawl is. It might be that there's not a lot of players. Our opponent's playing good, clean, fair magic, but we have something to say about that. Yeah, Throws of Chaos. Tibalt's Trickery. Counter it. Spin the wheel. Whiff. Wait. Can we counter the... No. Okay. I don't think we can counter that Tibalt's Trickery, can we? Could we have countered that Tibalt's Trickery? Opponent hits us. Throws of Chaos. Yeah, I don't think it actually works that way. Try again. And now we would waste the Trickery and wouldn't be able to cascade into it. Tibalt's Trickery. Oh my... Wow. That is staggeringly unlucky. Twice in a row. Alright. Yep. Epic proportion? Alright, let's try this again. I mean, at this point, we're almost out of Tibalt's Trickeries. So we're not going to be able to keep hitting them because they're not going to exist to be hit. Magma Opus. Okay, that's hopefully good enough. Kill your stuff, hit ya. Opponent must be trying to reanimate. Play the land past the turn. Magma Opus doesn't seem that powerful though. I feel like Magma Opus, like, I wonder if it's even worth it. I feel like we hit it and it's just kind of meh. Disappearing Trickery. I would like to cast it. Oh, back. Arena's so buggy at the moment. Alright, there's no Trickeries to hit. Ulamog to get these lands, maybe? Mill. Magma Opus, of course. Always Magma Opus. I actually don't feel like Magma Opus is very good. Literal Trickery. Radiant Fountain. Go attacking. Opponents to 12. Are we dead if our opponent draws a land? Probably. Opponent's also playing a combo. Is this all that best of one is? Is best of one just everyone trying to combo as quickly as possible and not interacting with their opponents? Is that it? Opponent. Is that? Oh. Huh. Well, I guess I'm glad I mostly play best of three. It does. We played someone else playing Trickery. We're playing this combo deck with a Storm Herald. We played against Vesperal Art combo. Every match we've played since we switched to best of one has just been a combo deck with no It's just purely been try to do my thing before you do your thing. 2 ships passing in a night. Aspiring Spike got trophy leader back in Modern. I think it's fun to watch people actually competing over that. I feel like why don't we have stuff like that in Arena? Like, why don't we have... Wait, what happens if they just play Storm Herald? We die. I think we actually lose. Ugin doesn't do anything. The Storm Herald's going to be definitely lethal, right? So, +2, 7, 12. Oh, 2 Ancestral. Oh my god, yeah. Yeah, I mean, if they have it, we're super dead. They should have it. We're out of trickeries. I mean, I guess we also trickery whiff twice. So this is like our deck running basically as bad as possible. Yeah. And our opponent has a Storm Herald. Oh, this deck. Well, that is what best of one looks like. It's not a pretty sight. I mean, assuming you like to actually play interactive games of Magic. If you like comboing, trying to race your opponent and combo off before they do, then it's probably a beautiful sight. But so that's the trickery deck, and we also got to see many other combos. Yeah, opponent was the fair deck. All right, let's do another Soulherder game before I gotta upload the podcast. All right, we'll try Bat. We might still do an actual stream of Bant, but we haven't tried the. We haven't tried the Lannis Bant one yet. Just want to show up with all the hate cards and mess with the degenerate decks. Yeah, I wonder if that'd be possible to just build like a meta breaker. And to be clear, when I say unfair/fair, that's not a judgment of like good or bad for the most part. Like, that's just more describing how the decks play. Fair decks are like interacting and playing a more traditional game of Magic with your opponent. Unfair decks are usually trying to avoid doing that and playing an actual game of Magic. So that's not me saying, oh, this is a bad deck or something if I say it's unfair. And it doesn't even mean it should be banned or anything like that. There's fair decks that have been too strong. Often it's unfair decks that end up being too strong and getting targeted with bannings, but that's not exclusively true. Like, there's been times where Jund has had to be banned. Like Modern Jund. And that is as fair as a deck can be. Opponent's off to a pretty fast start here. I'm 5-0 with this deck. It sucks. What deck are you playing, Garlic Clove? Unholy Heat. Sure. Now, opponents got off to a real fast start this game. Arcanus into Scourge into a 7/7. Well, Main 3. Play a land. Pass the turn. Opponent. Expressive Iteration. Can, was any card in D&D set hit with bans or need to be? Not in actual formats. There was the Book of Exalted Deeds banning in Standard 2022, but I don't really count that because Standard 2022 is a kind of just a filler format as we wait for rotation. So otherwise, no, right? I don't think there has been any. Historic is kind of like Magic Arena's version of like Legacy, I would say. We might be able to kill this Scourge by... I guess not quite. Oh, so close. Alright, we got a Scry then. Huh. Alright. Declaration Stone is good. What are we getting punted for now? Get rid of the Scourge. Play the land. Get the Yarion. Opponent. Yeah, Timeless Witness with Ephemera is really sweet. If we can live long enough to make it sweet. We gotta stabilize, but it is a really sweet value loop if the game goes long. Yeah, I feel... Ooh. They're going to take our Timeless Witness. Alright, takes Yarion. Another Scourge of the Skyclaves. Oh, sweet mother. So many Scourge of the Skyclaves. Well, Timeless Witness. Declaration in Stone. What an interesting draw for our opponent. Get rid of the Scourge of the Skyclaves. Hit ya. Down to 8. Opponent, a board full of clues. If you Timeless Witness the Ephemera, you could have killed him. How? I'm so confused. Footfall Crater. Tash Shadow. Haste it. Goes attacking. Yeah, I think we're dead. I'm so confused what all these punts are about. I'm very, very confused what people are thinking at the moment. Yeah, they... Ugh, not good enough. That Footfall Crater is going to be the thing that beats us here. So we can Ephemerate a Timeless Witness. Get back a Declaration in Stone. Declaration in Stone. A thing. But we're still just dead, right? 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we're still... I mean, I guess we can make our opponent show it, but... That Footfall Crater, I think we would have won this game if they weren't playing Footfall Crater of all things. Timeless Witness into Ephemerate, cast Ephemerate, 9 plus 3 equal 22. Yeah, I mean, we're just super dead. Opponent. Draws Unholy. Yeah. Wow. Footfall Crater for the steal. Interesting. What a draw. Pony had every Scourge of the Skyclave. Everyone. Interesting. Huh. Yeah, this is kind of an annoying matchup. Huh. Probably not a great matchup, honestly. Well, alright. We'll go down a couple MDFCs. Run it like that. Why triple block? I mean, we're just dead, period. Triple block, zero block. It really doesn't. The only way we can win is if our opponent doesn't know what their cards do. So, I think our best bet is to like triple block and hope our opponent forgets they have Footfall Crater or something. I mean, we're just playing a game with the BAMP version, but we've been undefeated with Soulherder. We took a brief break to try a couple of Tibalt Trickery games. I added the Simic Snake Legend to Bard class. It's been bonkers good. Wait, what is... Oh, Lannis. Yeah, Lannis is insane. We still got 3 Eben Legion damage. Yeah, Footfalls gives haste and trample. It's actually like a pretty solid card if you have big creatures. Ooh, we got a Lannis this game. This hand actually looks pretty good for... Well, we'll see. Opponents, I'm sure, playing all the discard spells, but... This has a lot of the cards that we want. Opponent. Untap land. And... Show us that Thoughtseize, opponent. Show us that Thoughtseize. Yeah, Footfall Craters is like a legit card. I felt like Dragon Rage Channeler has not been that good. I feel maybe it's just been overshadowed by other things, but I don't know. I haven't felt like Dragon Rage Channeler has been especially impressive. Has anyone else been playing it? Opponent. Nice. Yeah, we didn't have the mana for Lannis yet anyway. Opponent passes. Well, let the sky claving begin. Get rid of Arcanus. Go attack and hit ya. Opponent. Another Dragon's Rage Channeler. And a Fatal Push double surveils. Yikes! Yeah. Knight of the Eben Legion. I'll play Soulherder. Tap land. No attacks. Blanket. Get rid of Dragon Rage Channeler. We're putting up a fight. The combo of Skyclave and Soulherder is actually pretty good. Yeah, the Esper version played pretty well. I think there's upsides to all of them. There's things that are pretty interesting. DRC is insane in Mono Red Delirium. Okay. I just haven't noticed, personally, I haven't noticed it be... Oh, I must have Unholy Heat. I haven't noticed it be as good as I guess I thought, where it doesn't feel like a dominant card. In Modern, it feels like the best card in the format. In Historic, it feels good, but I don't know if it feels like the best card in the format to me. Heartless Act. Oh boy, we got another one, opponent. Drawing a land here would be sweet if we can Lannis into Skyclave. Wrath of God. Well, alright, Skyclave. Get rid of Dragon's Rage Channeler. Go attacking. Blink Skyclave. It's a combo. Get rid of the Knight. Grow our Soulherder. Opponent had a lot of good cards, and we just ate them all with Soulherder Skyclave. Can you update the deck list? If you remind me after the game, I will get it for you. I haven't actually exported it, so I will have to. Well, I guess we gotta do this. We have not found the time to get Lannis down yet. Well, tap land. Go attacking. I love that so much of our removal exiles. It's really neuters Luris. Like, Luris just doesn't have enough fuel in the graveyard to really be good. And we're up to 21, and as bad as game 1 went, is as good as this game is going. Ooh. And next turn we get down to Lannis, start getting some clues, doing some investigation, and maybe the matchup's not as bad as we thought. Yeah, I'll grab you the deck list after we finish the game. And, before I gotta go upload the podcast. Dragon Rage and Chromatic Sphere is in Bird is so dope. I haven't tried playing Burn yet. Maybe it's just the decks I've been playing. I think Dragon Rage Channeler, I expected to play against it more. I haven't actually played with it yet, but I maybe it's just because it's so heavily played in Modern, where it feels like every other game you're playing against, like Ragavan or Dragon Rage Channeler. So maybe I was just thinking, oh, it's going to be the same. But thankfully, it hasn't been that prevalent yet. Yeah, Soulherder with a 6 rounds really good. Yeah, Heartless Act will not be a liability much longer. Once we actually get Innistrad, I think Heartless Act will be done with. And doubly so, like Infernal Grasp, I think it replaces Heartless Act in general, but doubly so if you're playing a Death Shadow deck. Like, it's just so the Life Loss is like an upside in that deck. It's so perfect for a deck playing Scourge of the Skyclaver. It's a lot of lands. There's a lot of lands. But we also have removal. And a Timeless Witness. There's no I wanted to find an extra turn spell to do the same combo in Modern where... Ouch. Well, that's bad. To do the extra turn loop, but now they banned Time Warp, there's no extra turn spell that you can actually loop with Timeless Witness and Ephemerate. Ragavan is not in Historic, thankfully. It is in Modern, but not Historic. Scourge of the Skyclaves. Yeah, maybe we should have mulligan since we're just drawing all lands here. Kept a land heavy hand and have drawn many more lands. Opponent hits us. Grows the Scourge of the Skyclave. Well, land. Timeless Witness. Pass the turn. Unholy Heat surveils. Oh. Well, we'll see. Opponent. This is an amazing DRC deck. Hey, what's up, Cordius? How are you? Opponent hits us. Dreadhorde Arcanist. Things keep getting worse. We draw another land, as per tradition. Wall of Blossoms. Well, we gotta get rid of the Scourge of the Skyclaves because we are literally dying to it. Tap land. Opponent draws a card. Yeah. Maybe we should have mulliganed. Red Delirium. Ooh, kind of a hollow one in Historic sounds interesting. Opponent. Inquisition. This feels like a non-bow to me. Like you're flashing back cards from the graveyard, so you're making it less likely that you can turn on your Dragon's Rage Channeler. I don't know. I don't know about that plan. That seems like a weird plan to me. Opponent shocks themselves. Loris. Oh yes, they randomly milled the Scourge of the Skyclave, that's right. And we randomly draw another land. And, yeah, that does it, unfortunately. Well, Resto. Blink Wall of Blossoms. Non-land? Technically. Yeah, surveilling over that Scourge of the Skyclaves was brutal. About it. Draws a new hand. Gets Thoughtseize. Plays a Thoughtseize. Thinking about surveilling. Leaves it on top. Takes Risen Reef. Come on! Real non-land Magic the Gathering card. About it. Wow, okay. Fry as well. Goes attacking. Another Thoughtseize. Well, we're going to have to draw a real card real fast. We will block and block. We will take Infinite. We untap and land off the top for the Rubbit. Land off the top. Alright, well, that is a land that we can kind of cast. It doesn't help us. Risen Reef. Little late to the party. Another land! Holy lands! Oh. Well, that was interesting. It did ruin our undefeated Soulherder run right at the end. But I think the Soulherder decks are actually pretty reasonable in Historic. Like, yeah, I mean, and you flit out. That's part of Magic. Like, sometimes you just draw, 15 lands out of your first 18 cards or something, and you just gotta shake it off and go on to the next one. So yeah, I feel like Soulherder definitely has potential. It's a little bit dependent on the meta and the matchups, and there's some better ones and worse ones, but the deck can really grind. Like, you have a lot of options to grind for the late game, which is nice. So I like Soulherder, and I think that it's got a shot to be a real card. I will warn you, as much as I love the card, in the current format in Historic, I think that sadly Panharmonicon, I'll play it for fun because I love it, and it's just one of my favorite cards. But if your goal is to be competitive, I don't think you can play it. There's just too many Kolaghan's commands, too many Prismari commands. One of the downsides of Wizards printing flexible cards, there's the deck list for the bad version. One of the downsides of Wizards printing flexible cards, thing they've been doing recently, is you print a lot of answers to stuff like this. So taking a turn off for Panharmonicon, already a challenge, a deck building challenge you got to prepare for. Now it's a challenge you got to prepare for, and when you do it, only to find out your opponent has main deck artifact destruction in the form of like a command. Oh, it's so brutal. It's so brutal. So sadly, my beloved Panharmonicon is getting worse. Thankfully, Harmonic Prodigy. I mean, Kolaghan's Command and Prismari Command were both just added to Historic, like in the last 6 months or so. So thankfully, Shaman, Harmonic Prodigy, gives us a really good Panharmonica to play with in the format. But on that note, everyone, is going 4 colors for Yarok instead of Panharmonicon viable, do you think? I mean, I think you could probably go all the way up to 5 colors. Although the Historic mana is more okay than great. Not like in Modern. In Modern, it's like, 4 colors, 5 colors, sure, no problem. there is a cost in Historic when you're trying to piece it together with Pathways and Chalkland. So the mana base can support it. I think being in green, so you have 5-color mana dorks like Gilded Goose, would probably go a long way towards helping. So I think it's possible. I don't know if it's I don't know. I think it's worth trying at least. We can probably try it at some point in the future, but on that note, everyone, I gotta go upload the podcast. It is podcast day. Good news is another stream is right around the corner, and we'll be streaming again 21 hours from now, tomorrow afternoon. More janky fun Historic. And in the meantime, you should check out the YouTube because the Bunch of Magic's a really sweet one. So check that out. Replay YouTube, of course, if you missed anything. One more reminder that our sponsor today is Card Kingdom. And if you need some magical cards, you can get them over at cardkingdom.com. Even get a free MTG Goldfish sticker. So thank you so much to Card Kingdom for supporting the show. Otherwise, thank you to all of you. Like, seriously, y'all are amazing and awesome and spectacular, and I appreciate you hanging out, having some fun this afternoon. We'll be back tomorrow to have some more fun, to play some more Jake. So until then, everyone, have an amazing night. Thank you so much for being so awesome, and yeah, listen to the podcast, check out the Bunch of Magic, and I'll see you tomorrow.